Hey, this is the Fight Nerd, and joining me now is Vice President of Fight Operations for the second coming of Proelite, T.Jay Thompson. Mr. Thompson, how are you today?
Fantastic. Thanks for giving me a ring.
Oh, thank you for giving us some time today. Now, coming up August 27th, Proelite's making its return after some years being out of action, and you guys have put together a very exciting card with some recognizable names, a few ones many fans have not seen that much of, or in the case of Regan Penn, we haven't seen it all yet. So tell us about some of these big fights you guys have planned for the 27th.
Well, that's kind of the exciting part. I think we've put together a card, myself along with Rich Chu, that really is going to kind of reach out to everybody. You talk Regan Penn without any fights, and of course, he's got name brand recognition already with Big Brother BJ. And then the other debut being made is Mark Ellis, who's a 2009 NCAA Division I heavyweight wrestling champion, training alongside the last couple of years with Cain Velasquez and Daniel Cormier. He's already another world-class athlete that is going to make huge impact in the heavyweight division in the next 18 months. So we have a couple guys making their debuts that I think we're going to develop some big stars in Pro League pretty quickly. And then, of course, we have guys like Arlovski and Kendall Grove that have brand name recognition from what they've done already.
And you guys also have booked a women's fight for this show as well. So tell us about that. How committed is Proelite to women's MMA?
We're fully committed. Matter of fact, I was, on the phone last night with Golden Glory talking about Marloes. I really like that 135-pound division. I've got Sarah McMahon fighting the United States' Olympic silver medalist from the Olympics in wrestling, fighting Raquel Pa'alui, who is the daughter of famed Hawaiian fighter Kavika Pa'alui, who was a star in their early days of Super Bowl. So we're already seeing that second generation of Hawaiian fighters coming out. So yeah, we're very committed to the women's division, and I would hope to have at least one women's fight on most every card we do.
Very good to hear. Now I want to get to talking about a little bit of the business side of Proelite. Now the deal between Stratus, which is I guess the parent company, and Proelite has been taking a few years to turn out to what we've got today. So tell us about the deal at Stratus and the steps taken to get here where we are today, because this was something that happened almost immediately after Proelite initially collapsed.
Well, again, it's definitely, like all these things in the corporate world, is a long process. I wasn't involved in a lot of the kind of high-level corporate craziness that goes on, but we have a guy by the name of Paul Feller, who's the CEO of Stratus Media, that really kind of had the vision to bring Proelite back, and he was the one that sort of masterminded putting together this team. So really, for this Proelite version 2.0, we've got kind of the leaner, meaner team, lots of experience, and Paul Feller just put together a group of guys that I think have at least a shot of making some big things happen, and that's all we really want. We want the opportunity. Maybe we'll catch a break here or there, and I think we can be successful where others haven't been.
As you mentioned before, you've got Rich Chu on your side now, and you guys have worked before together. So what's it like to go to work with a friend, basically, and a friend that you're also getting to work with on your own MMA show together?
Well, I mean, it really is a lot of fun. We have a history that goes all the way back to being pretty much the opposite of friends. We were sworn enemies when he was helping run Rumble on the Rock with the Penn family, and I was running the Super Bowl shows in Honolulu. So it's been a fun kind of a transition into, I worked with him just very briefly at Proelite version 1.0, but wasn't really involved as much day to day with him. But we've been working side by side on this new version of Proelite, and it's been a lot of fun. He's a super hard worker, has amazing contacts, and really, in the last year and a half or two, Strikeforce has gained so much knowledge. He's an invaluable asset to have on board. Again, I really think we have a team together that's got a shot at making things happen.
A reporter from my site recently spoke with Gary Shaw. I think you might have seen this interview on a few different websites. And Shaw had a few unkind words about the management of your current edition of Proelite, and he said, quote, "It's laughable." Now, what's your response to Shaw's comments?
Well, I don't know what else he could say. You know, he was the one at the helm when they burned through, you know, tens of millions of dollars. I don't. Gary likes to, from what I've seen, kind of likes to boast and be the center of attention. So we'll let him continue on with his boxing shows, and I think really, and I say this truthfully, I think everyone in our company will just wish him luck in his boxing, and we're going to focus on what we're doing.
How responsible do you think Shaw was for the demise of the first incarnation of Proelite?
Well, he's as responsible for the demise as I will be for whatever happens in this incarnation. You know, my title is head of fight operations. Kind of puts that weight on my shoulders. So that, you know, he had a lot of people around him. There are a lot of employees, but it really, you know, it falls directly on that person that's kind of at the helm, and it's a responsibility to take. So, you know, again, I'll have the same responsibility as he did.
All right, now that was Proelite version 1. This is the new Proelite version 2.0, basically. So, what's your plan for longevity for this company?
You know, that's really, you hit the nail on the head with longevity. We got to make sure we're around. You know, I think my job as head of fight operations is to make sure this company is in a position to capitalize on any opportunities that come our way. And opportunities may be big fighters, they may be big television deals. Who knows what the opportunities are going to be? But we need to be there when the opportunities come up. So we need to be smart fiscally with our signings of fighters. We need to be smart fiscally with our signings of employees. And it's just that's really the most important thing, is to make sure we're putting on entertaining MMA events, and that we can sustain that for a period of 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 6 years. You know, make sure we're around.
Now, you mentioned signing on different fighters, and you mentioned, of course, Marloes before from Golden Glory. Can you tell us a little bit more about other fighters that you guys are currently scouting, or other gyms that you're currently talking to about possibly bringing in guys and ladies to future shows?
Well, really, we're talking to anybody that will listen to us right now. We're getting a tremendous amount of support from within the MMA industry. Not surprisingly, but very happily, you know, we're kind of being rooted for. So we're out talking to anyone that'll listen to us, anyone that's available. We're talking to, but again, we're not going out there signing a roster of 200 fighters in the first 6 weeks. We're putting together a roster that we think is solid, kind of lean and mean, much like our employee team is.
All right, now, word on the street is that you guys are planning to bring Proelite to my neck of the woods, which is going to be New Jersey, that area, in November. Can you give us a little bit more details of what you guys have planned? I know there's been talk of a heavyweight Grand Prix. Is there anything else you can be telling us now about that place and where it's going to take place?
We're definitely looking at doing another show in November. We've looked at Chicago and Atlantic City as possible spots for that. We haven't made any final decisions yet. Hopefully soon we'll lock down a venue. There's some pretty interesting opportunities with casinos in Atlantic City and as well as in the Chicagoland area. And again, the heavyweight Grand Prix is something I've had a lot of experience with in my incarnation in MMA for the last 15 years. You know, running the 2 heavyweight tournaments in Super Bowl that turned out the Josh Barnett's and Tim Sylvia's and Heath Herring's and Rico Rodriguez's, Cabbage's, Ben Rothwell. They all came out of heavyweight tournaments that I've done. So we definitely would love to kick off a Grand Prix in November. We haven't kind of pulled the trigger on it yet, but it's something we certainly have in the works.
I know this is a little forward-thinking also, but will that second event also be streamed on the internet, or is that going to be available on TV or cable somewhere?
You know, we know it will be available, and we're going to try and get as many eyeballs as we can to see it. You know, this teaming up with SureDog, we've spent a whole lot of time making sure we put what I would hope to be the highest quality stream available in the world, and certainly the best quality stream that SureDog has seen. And the number of eyeballs that they've gotten to some past events are pretty shocking. And I think comparable or even ahead of some of these TV deals. So I'm excited for the August show to be on Sherdog. With that said, we are out shopping TV deals and looking at all different media outlets. And I think there's an opportunity we may have a TV deal in place by November. But all of that kind of is still in the works.
All right, well, all you viewers at home can check out Proelite.com for more details on how you can watch the show for free on August 27th, live from Hawaii. Mr. Thompson, thanks for your time today.
Hey, fan of your site, and hope to see you at one of the shows soon.